My name is Astrid. I am 34 years old, and I am a full-time housewife. I married my husband Ben 7 years ago, and now we currently have 2 daughters and live as a family of 4. Both my daughters, Maya and Millie, are really cute and adorable, and I am very happy that I get to be with them every day. My husband is very busy at work and comes home late at night, but he provides for the family, and I do my best to support him as much as I can. Of course, we argue at times, but we're not that bad as a married couple. Our life together as a family of 4 is basically peaceful. However, there's one issue that I just can't stand, and that is my mother-in-law, Francine. Francine is a typical terrible mother-in-law type, and from the very beginning of our marriage, I was being bullied by Francine as her daughter-in-law.
Oh, Astrid, what is this meal? It's so tasteless.
Francine would put more salt and broths in my cooked dishes. But if Francine does that, it doesn't bring out the flavor of the ingredients at all, does it? But she didn't care about such things whatsoever, and poured mayonnaise, sugar, salt, and so on into my cooked dishes as if it was just a normal thing to do. But if I had made all the meals according to Francine's taste, it would have tasted too strong, and I wouldn't be able to eat it much. This happened frequently whenever I visited my parents-in-law's house. And Francine kept pressuring me from the beginning of our marriage, chanting like a spell, "Are you pregnant yet? Are you pregnant with my grandchild yet?" She stopped saying that after the birth of our daughter, but after the birth of our second child, she began to say another terrible thing.
"Still no heir? If you're not pregnant with a boy, then there is no point of you being my eldest son's wife. When are you going to have your 3rd child? If you don't give birth to a boy, you being my eldest son's wife is worthless. My goodness, you really are a useless wife. If you don't give birth to a boy, your existence is just pointless."
I've just had enough of Francine's ridiculous comments. No matter what Francine says, she always ends it with the phrase, "If you don't give birth to a boy, your existence is just pointless."
I mean, I had 3 boys. How pathetic can you be? There must be something wrong with you, right?
Why would Francine say such terrible things to me? I have 2 daughters, so there's nothing wrong with me at all. And in what kind of generation does Francine live in, saying that the baby had to be a boy? Children are precious regardless of whether they are boys or girls. These thoughts grew and grew inside me. And when I could no longer stand it anymore, I talked to my husband about it. I can't stand Francine just bullying me. I don't want to go to your parents' house anymore.
Okay, I understand. You don't have to visit my parents' house anymore. But you should show up at least on Thanksgiving and New Year's.
Fine. I really didn't want to see Francine on Thanksgiving and New Year's, but as expected, my husband is the eldest son, so I had to attend in order to make my husband look good. But with these conditions in place, I was able to avoid being involved with my in-laws as much as possible. But a little while later, my husband started coming home much later than usual. He usually comes home around 8 p.m. because he is busy with work, but lately it has been around 10 p.m. My husband says that he is working overtime and going out drinking more often for work, but I am not sure what is really going on. Because of him coming home very late, my daughters have hardly seen him for a long time.
"Daddy's not coming home today either?"
He says he's busy at work. It's very late, so let's just go to sleep now, okay? My daughters seem to miss their father very much. So that's why I said this to my husband one day. "Hey, can't you make a day when you can come home early? Even if it's just for a little while? Our daughters miss you so much." But my husband responded in a very irritated manner.
Huh? Who do you think I've been working this late for? I'm not playing around. You've been too easy on yourself lately, haven't you? You've been telling me about your issues with Mom.
Excuse me?
You just demand too much from me. If you're the housewife, you should take care of the kids and the house by yourself.
To be honest, I was surprised at how my husband got angry at me. I only asked him to spend time with our daughters in the first place. So why did he have to say that to me? Little by little, a rift began to form between my husband and I. Then I had a chance to use Francine during Thanksgiving, and she was still picking on me. And Francine was not only bullying me, but also at her second son's wife and her third son's wife.
"You all better get in the kitchen and start getting ready." "Oh, you're so adorable, my little Timmy."
By the way, Francine's second son has a son named Timmy. Francine's third son just got married, so she hasn't mentioned anything about a child yet. Francine treats my daughters and her second son's son really differently. That I can even tell is discrimination. To my daughters, she would say, "Go play over there." And to Timmy, she says, "Aw, Timmy, come over here. You are very important, Timmy, since you'll be our heir." Francine's second son's wife, Lorna, and third son's wife, Callie, and I were a team just because Francine harassed all of us. She really changes her attitude so blatantly.
"I didn't even want her to decide that Timmy would be the heir without my permission."
Yeah, that's really terrible, isn't it? The reason we are united includes the fact that our own husbands were not at all paying attention to us. Even though their own wives were being picked on, the husbands are completely oblivious to it, just drinking about and being lazy. They are happily talking with their relatives without any pressure compared to the pressure we have from Francine. And Francine was talking behind my back to her relatives.
My God, she is really too unaware that she is my eldest son's wife. And she really is a bad wife who can't get pregnant with a boy.
Francine would make unbelievable comments like that, and Lorna, Callie, and I were all in a state of shock. We thought we were all we had, and we inspired each other to support each other if anything happened to any of us. And since then, the months passed by quickly. And now, New Year's Day arrived. Francine continued to give orders to us wives and treat us like her slaves.
"Come on, hurry up and bring out these dishes. If someone finished their drinks, pour them a drink as soon as possible."
And she would hold Timmy in her arms and say,
"Ah, he's so cute. I'll let you all hold him too."
And she let all the relatives hug him. And on top of that, Francine, perhaps drunk, began to say unbelievable things really loudly.
"Why don't you leave your wife and get a new one then? The wife of an eldest son who can't give birth to a boy is just worthless."
To that, my husband agreed to her.
You're right, Mom. Maybe I don't need a wife like her.
When Ben and Francine both began to laugh, all the other relatives laughed in tune with them. We, the wives, were shocked, and we all thought, what a terrible family. Then Francine got carried away and said,
"You should sign this already."
And I don't know when she prepared it, but she took out the divorce papers and held them out in front of me.
"I don't want you in this house anymore. I don't want your granddaughters too, so you take them."
My husband just looks on with a smirk on his face. I didn't want to be with these people anymore. I thought it was my chance. So I said, "Okay, I'll sign." My husband and I both finished signing the papers, and to my surprise, the divorce was finalized at the New Year's gathering.
Now, I'll be able to live peacefully with no more hassles from you.
You'll have to find a new wife soon, sweetie.
Ben and Francine both laughed like that. Lorna and Callie ran up to me and asked gently, "Are you all right?" "I'm fine now. I'm going to leave here first, but you guys should find a good time to escape too." As we were exchanging these words, my sister-in-law Winona, who was standing at the edge of the room, suddenly stood up. Winona was already married and living in the city, so I only saw her around the New Year's holiday. And since she would leave quickly after a quick visit, we didn't have much time to interact. Since she always disappears early in the party, I thought she had already gone home. But it seems that she was still there, which was unusual of her.
Good for you, Astrid. I'm so happy for you that you got to divorce my terrible brother.
Excuse me?
Hey, how dare you say that to your own elder brother?
Shut up, you filthy cheater.
My husband's face suddenly stiffens.
Huh? What the hell are you talking about?
I know everything. I know that you're having an affair, Ben.
At that moment, everyone froze at the sudden statement made by Winona.
Wait, what are you talking about, Winona? Don't embarrass your brother by saying ridiculous things.
Well, this is the proof. Saying this, Winona puts photos of Ben with another woman in front of each relative's seat. Everyone was surprised to see the photos.
You? How did you even...
You're having an affair with a classmate of mine from high school, you know?
What?
It seems another classmate saw you at the scene and took photos for me. Well now, you can't get away with this. Now that the divorce is finalized, you must pay alimony and child support to Astrid, okay?
No way!
To my surprise, thanks to Winona's unexpected help, I was granted a divorce, all due to my husband and his stupid affair.
I think now is the time for you guys to decide, right? I think that maybe even if Astrid gets divorced first like this, Mom will keep on pressuring you both, you know?
Winona called out to Lorna and Callie. Then both Lorna and Callie made up their minds and told their husbands how they felt.
I hated that my child was made as the heir without my permission. And I hate you for agreeing with your mother. If you do as what Francine says any longer, let's just get a divorce.
What? Divorce?
If you don't like that, then just cut ties off with your family. If you're not going to cut any ties with your family, then I'm going to bring Timmy with me. I will never, ever let you meet Timmy again.
What the hell are you saying? I don't want to be bullied by your mother anymore either. If I don't do anything now, she'll definitely say something about us having kids, won't she? You can either divorce me and stay with your family, or you can cut ties with your family. You choose.
What?
After an unexpected chaos, the relatives quickly left saying, "We're sorry to disturb you all, so we'll just leave for today." And they quickly left.
What do you think you are both doing? I will never allow you all for divorce.
It's not on you, Mom, to decide. It's all their decision.
Oh, and I'll cut ties with his family too. That's why I came here today.
No way! And so, Lorna and Callie pressured their husbands to make a decision. As it turns out, Ned and Steve have decided to cut ties with the family. Ned absolutely hated not being able to see his own son. And Steve decided to do that because he loves his wife. In the end, Francine was left with only Ben, who was in a huge debt. I received a large amount of alimony from my ex-husband and his lover, and my ex-husband is also paying me child support. and my ex-husband's lover hid the fact that she was married and refused my ex-husband's marriage proposal, saying that she could not marry Ben. So it seems like my ex-husband just became a divorced man who is hugely in debt. It seems that this has spread even in his workplace. And since he is not taken seriously by the woman anymore, he has no chance of getting married again at all. And as for my ex-mother-in-law, word has spread around the neighborhood that she has been abandoned by her sons and is being laughed at. It feels so great to know they deserved what they all got. As for me, I moved into the city where I was hired at my aunt's company, and I started living there with my daughters. Because of what had happened, I became close with Winona. Recently, I have been going out with Winona, who also lives in the city, for drinks once in a while, and taking each other's children to visit. I don't want to be in love for a while, so I will work hard and earn money to support for my daughters. Thank you for watching until the end. Please subscribe to our channel. See you in our next video.